Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And this is the second Zoom Osmos webinar that I'm doing for my friends and my family, because I've been talking to them about Osmo, how to get into it. And I've already posted that on my channel, how to get set up with a Kepler wallet, how to start using Osmo, how to stake. And I'll link to that in the description below so you can find out. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can make even more money using the Osmo Dex.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Get the Crypto.com Visa card. You can use this wherever Visa is accepted all over the world. Make sure you use my link to get a $25 bonus when you register. Link in the description below. All right, I am joined by several of my friends and family, and I'm going to be going through how to do liquidity pool mining, how to farm, plus a few security reminders. And also I'm going to be covering how you can find out information about which pool is going to give you the best returns, and also how you're going to qualify for airdrops. I'm also going to be covering impermanence loss, whatever that is, and the risks in particular pools, and why certain pools are better than other pools, and also superfluid staking. So here we go. So first off, thank you so much. I'm joined in this video by Crypto Assassin. Crypto Assassin is one of the moderators for the Osmo Telegram group. And I'm really, really thrilled that he's here because he can fill in any gaps and perhaps give us some special secret, well, not so secret, information about what's coming down the line with Osmo and how to work out which are the best pools. Okay, so first off, I want to ask you all, I understand all of you have been staking. Is that right? Put up your hand if you have been staking. Yep. Hussein, have you been staking? Okay, and you're making good returns from staking. Now, staking is different from farming. And in the crypto world, we use particular esoteric terms. So there's staking, which is where you put your coins or your tokens in a wallet, and then you get regular rewards. Then there's farming. Farming has to do with AMMs, automated market makers, or DEXs. And I'll talk about what they are in a moment. I do want to let everybody know nothing that I'm saying here is investment advice. Do not take any investment advice from me ever. I am a social worker, not a qualified financial investment advisor or anything like that, okay? So what is a DEX and an AMA? So supposing I've got some Bitcoin and I want to sell Bitcoin for Ethereum. You want to buy Ethereum for some Bitcoin. So you and I can meet. We can meet online through a centralized exchange or a peer-to-peer service where I sell my Bitcoin and you sell me your Ethereum. However, if you're not there, I got nobody to sell my Bitcoin to. Now, that's particularly important for new and small cryptocurrency projects. You know, for Bitcoin and ETH, it's always possible to find a buyer and a seller. They're always there. And for large centralized exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase, they can have reserves themselves of some of the cryptocurrencies. Now, the Osmosis Dex, as well as other DEXs like PancakeSwap and Uniswap, think of others, Polygon Swap, JUNO Swap, they are not centralized exchanges. They are decentralized exchanges where there's not necessarily a buyer at the other side. So if I want to sell my Bitcoin, there isn't necessarily anybody else on the other side to buy that Bitcoin, but what they have instead are pools. So what are pools? Pools are reserves of coins and tokens that are stored on the smart contract for those decentralized exchanges. And the pools, they act in the way that they always make sure that there's liquidity, like there's tokens in there that can be bought and sold. So you don't need to have another person. So you have constant liquidity. But they can only do that by incentivizing people to deposit their tokens in those smart contracts. And how they do that is by paying rewards. And some of the rewards can be quite lucrative. So you can see Osmosis, and this is the DEX that I'm really talking about. It is, in my opinion, the best DEX of the whole Cosmos ecosystem. It has the largest liquidity. Other DEXs on the Cosmos ecosystem, there's Emeris, there's SIF Chain, There's JUNO Swap, Secret Swap, Sienna Swap, but the one that with the largest liquidity is Osmosis, and Osmosis has a token of its own called Osmo, which is the governance token of the Osmosis Dex. Okay, I just need to sign into my wallet. If you just hold on for a second. All right, so what I did was I went to osmosis.zone. I've entered here. I've already installed Kepler, which I've shown you how to do in the previous video, which I'll link in the description below. My NordVPN is on, and NordVPN has a special application that means that I don't go to dodgy, fraudulent websites. It's not foolproof, but I have bookmarked the Osmosis Zone website. It also means that any data going in and out of my computer is encrypted and therefore can't be spied upon. And I have an affiliate link in the description below, which will give you 2/3 discount off some of their deals. Okay, now the first thing that comes out is Atom to Osmo if you want to trade. I've covered that in the previous video. Then I click on pools. So these are the liquidity pools. Here's Atom Osmo. Let's click on this one. This one has SUPERFLUID staking enabled, and I'll talk about that later on. So make sure you listen to all this video because this is very, very special. Now, what it says here is that there is $581.2 million worth of liquidity in this pool. So $500 million worth of Atom and Osmo in a 50% ratio by dollars. So this will be $240 million worth of Osmo and $240 million worth of Atom. And then my own liquidity is worth $5,190 in this particular pool. And if I scroll down, you can see here that right now I've got 261.3727 Osmo and 89.425525, whatever it is, Atom. If I were to take it all out, that's what I would get approximately. Now, there is a risk to putting money in pools, and that's the risk of impermanence loss. And you do need to bear that in mind. Farming or liquidity pool mining is riskier than staking, but it also can offer more lucrative returns. Let's say I put in $100 worth of Osmo and $100 worth of Atom. 50-50, 50%. That's the requirement for this pool. But then what happens is, and let's say the price of each is $10, just for argument's sake. But then what happens is, let's say the price of Atom goes through the roof, and one Atom is worth $100. So now what I've got, and the price of Osmo stays the same at $10, I've now got only one Atom, whereas I had 10 before. And Osmo, I've still got my 10 Osmo, because that's what's equivalent to $100. Now, it can also go the other way, where my Osmo drops in value to $5, so I'm now going to have 20 Osmo in there, and there's the, let's say Atom goes up to $100, so I've now got one Atom and 10 Osmo. Sorry, 20 Osmo. That's impermanent loss. Now, personally, I think for a large, stable pool with the most liquidity, which is the case with Atom Osmo, the risk of impermanent loss isn't that great. And also, if you stay in that pool for a long while, you know, if you're in for the long term, it all balances out in the end. The risk is greater with the lower liquidity. So how do you find pools that have high liquidity versus ones with low liquidity? And just so you're clear, what I mean by liquidity is the amount of tokens, the dollar value of those tokens. So you want the larger pools with the larger, more stable coins or tokens in them. So if you go to Osmosis Dex and you see at the bottom here, stats, click on stats, takes me to another screen, and then I click on pools. And here you can see, if I click on that, sorted by liquidity, the pools with the greatest liquidity on the top. So you got Atom Osmo with $500 million, over $500 million. Then UST is a stable coin. It's always going to have the value of $1. And Osmo, that's just over $250 million. Then Luna UST. So this is pretty great by in terms of liquidity. The ones with the lowest liquidity, if you got some pools with, oh, here's $1 worth of Akash and Ion. I wouldn't put my money in that one. Now, there's also this application, dexmos.app, which will also give you these statistics. So here you can see total value locked, which is the amount of tokens locked in there. And here it says Atom Wawa is 8.24 million. Let me change that. Here we go. Atom, Osmo, that's the highest, 579.79. JUNO, Osmo, 103 million. And you can keep going down. Let's go to number 4. Here you've got Atom Boot with $500,000. I wouldn't necessarily put any of my tokens in there unless I was willing to bear the risk of impermanent loss. So I tend to stay with the larger ones, but there are also the ones that have incentives. And my strategy has been, I have, let me take you back to my screen here, to pools. I have Atom Osmo because that's really stable, and also because of SUPERFLUID staking, which I will tell you about. And then Atom Wawa, because that was giving incentives and really high rewards at one point. But I'm moving out of that, and I'll show you how to move out of a pool. But mostly I'm putting it into Atom Stars because right now that is paying, as well as the regular APR, it's paying additional APR in the form of incentives. So when a new project launches, they give an airdrop or something, or they launch or list on Osmo, they want people to park their coins or tokens in those pools. Come and deposit in our pools. So then how they do that is they allocate some of those tokens as extra rewards for people who place their money in the pools. Now, normally the rewards in the pools are to do with a share of the transaction fees. So every time somebody sells Atom for Osmo or sells Osmo for Atom, there's a tiny fee that they pay, and some of that fee goes to the people that are providing liquidity, that are putting their tokens in the Atom Osmo pool. So you can take your tokens, put them in pools. Pools have a risk. Better to put them in the larger pools. Smaller pools have greater risk, and new pools have incentives. So how do you find the incentivized pools? Well, all the pools are incentivized by their projects, but we want the ones that are externally incentivized by the projects when they first launch. So you scroll down, and here we go. External incentive pools. JUNO, Osmo, 37 epochs remaining. So let's click on that. Now, an epoch is 24 hours. And I think it's from 5:30 p.m. UTC to 5:30 p.m. UTC, 24-hour period. That's one epoch. So what they're doing, in addition to these APRs, they are offering additional APRs, additional rewards for their tokens. Okay. You can see here, right? There's an additional 102,781 JUNO that they're going to share out for another 37 epochs or another 37 days. Then there's Luna UST, another 32 days. This one, like Osmo, 84 days, 84 epochs. Now, if you want to get more details, if you go to dexmos.app, another way, perhaps the easiest way to find out which pools is going to give you the best returns, where the returns are going to come from, which ones have the best liquidity, is from dexmos.app. I have sorted out the columns in this way. I've chosen 14-day bonding period, because that's where what I do there is I lock my tokens for 14 days. I can't take them out. I have to give 14 days notice to take them out. I can also do 7-day or 1 day or even a 0 bonding period. Is there any with a 0 bonding period? Oh my God. Oh my God, there is a 0 with a bonding period. That's interesting. I didn't know that. But here we go. 14 days bonding period, because that pays the highest returns. And if I click on total return, and I see the Atom Wawa pool, which is pool number 606, with a total value locked, a liquidity of 8.24 million, and 98.84% of the Atom and Wawa tokens are locked in this. And the swap fee, so the amount that I'm getting from people swapping, the amount that from the swaps of Atom Wawa is 6.08%. The internal return, this is the Osmo rewards that I'll be getting from the Osmo Dex for placing my tokens in this pool, is 63.26. And the external return is 221.54 for a combined total of 290.88%. Now, Atom Wawa has lower liquidity than Atom Stars. That has 27.41%. The other thing is that Wawa has, I think, a very large token supply and swings wildly in price, more so than Stars. So I have been opting for this pool, Atom Stars. Atom Dark, 360.92%. 92,000, I may not put much in there. In fact, I don't have anything in there. Rowan Osmo, Atom Light, and so you can see. Now, any questions? Does anybody have any questions about this? About how to find out which is the best pool? Okay, Crypto Hyper, please unmute yourself. Yes.
Hi. Yeah, so my question there is, so where you've got the difference between Atom Wawa and Atom Stars, so one has got 8.24 million versus 27.4 million. Mm-hmm. So even though the percentage is total, where it says external return, from what Hazik was saying, my understanding is the 221.54 is an incentive which is given from the organization. So the internal return is what Atom and Wawa give, but as an additional incentive, they give another higher percentage, hence the 290.88 and the 267.99%.
Yes, ish. Hold on a second. So the internal return is from Osmo.
Correct.
Right? The external return is from Wawa, is the bonus that Wawa are providing. The external return plus the internal return plus the swap return is a total return of 290.88%.
Yes, that's my understanding, yeah, from Hazik. So therefore, if the total value, the TVL in that column there, mm-hmm. So I've also been investing in 611 rather than 606 because I was doing 606. But as you said, from a stability point of view, it's got more volume in there, 27.4 versus 8.2. So they're roughly around. They're not that far off. They're not that
far off. It's just riskier.
Yeah. Okay, yep. That's it.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any other questions? Crypto D.
So when you put money into a liquidity pool, is it like staking when you actually, like, you can't lose that money, so to speak? I know you're talking about the impermanent loss, but is it like, I think we're talking about like having your wallet zipped up as a representation of staking. Is that the same for liquidity pools?
No. Okay. If I put 100 Osmo in to stake in my Kepler wallet, I will have 100 Osmo at least. If I leave it for a month, I'll have the 100 Osmo plus whatever rewards I put in. The amount of Osmo that I have is not going to reduce. That's not the case with a liquidity pool. So if, for example, the Atom Stars, I said it earlier, right? Let me do Atom Osmo. Atom, I put in 10 Atom because they're $10 each when I put them in. I put in 10 Osmo and they're $10 each when I put them in. So I'm putting in $100 each. So that's $200 of liquidity that I'm providing. The value of Atom goes through the roof. One Atom is now $200. So I'll only have one Atom.
I get it now.
But in dollar terms, it's the same. Now, with the larger, more mature, stable pools, that's not such a high risk. Plus also, the amount of liquidity in Osmo, me personally, I don't care whether I'm earning Atom or Stars or Osmo because the conversion is so easy. It's so easy to trade from one to another. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? Yes, Crypto Hyper.
So even though that you've got this on this DEX, when you go back into the actual application and you look into it, if you can switch back to the application, if you go back into Osmo Dex,
I'm in the DEX now. Whereabouts?
Yeah, if you go to the actual liquidity pool 611, if you can move your...
Okay. Well, here's a shortcut, right?
Now, what I'm saying is, if you could... I just want to see the rate of return.
Oh, the rate of return is on Dexmos swap.
Yeah, I know it's on Dexmos, but when you go into the actual pool itself, it doesn't show you there. It just shows you the normal. If you come out of that.
Here we go.
Yeah, if you look at the top where it's, if you come out of this pool, I just want to see the actual icon. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, so 611, it says there 33.7%. So it's kind of misleading because you're actually you're forced to go and look at the spreadsheet versus if you look at it straight and you think, well, actually 606 looks more attractive than 611.
All right, so Crypto Hyper, in response to your query about why it says 33.7% here and it's different in Dexmos Dexmos app, is that when this was originally launched and designed, it was designed on the basis of other DEXs like Uniswap, which is for the Ethereum network. Now, in the Ethereum network, in Uniswap, you only get internal incentives. There's no additional incentives from an external project. So on that basis, what this shows here is the internal incentives. Now they are going to update it, but to do so, because this is a decentralized application with a governance token, it has to go through a voting mechanism. So the token holders get to, somebody makes a proposal that this should include the external APR as well. That proposal has been made, has been passed, and now the team are in the process of updating it. And it should be maybe by the end of March or sometime in April, this will show the external incentivized APR as well. So the best thing to do really is to go by the Dexmos application currently. Okay? All right. I'm now going to move on to how to actually place crypto in a pool. Now, I asked you all to have a little bit of Osmo. I mean, it can be any crypto that runs on the Osmo Dex, right? Spare so that you can try this out as we go along. First thing to do is to connect my wallet, and I've done that here. So let me just click on my Kepler icon. It's already connected. There you go. It's now open. You can see I've got 26.95 Atom in this pool. If it wasn't connected, there'd be a little blue box here which says Connect Wallet. And then I would click on that, and then I'd connect my Kepler. Now I want to go to Trade in a moment, and I'm going to show you the Osmo. I've got a little bit of spare Osmo. It's past 5:30, so I'm getting my Epoch rewards. So I'll just claim those, my little bit of extra on staking rewards on 200 Osmo in there. And let me just show you something here in the asset pools. So this is the asset page. And what automatically shows up in the asset page is Osmo. This is Osmo. Let me hide me. So here I am in the assets page. What automatically shows up in the asset page is the amount of Osmo that I have in my, whether it's in my wallet or in Osmo, it shows up the same. What it's showing is that it's the amount that I have that's available on the Osmo blockchain. And also Ion. Ion is another token that runs on the Osmo blockchain. Then Atom, the others. Here's some rewards I got. I got some stars from pool mining, from farming that I'm already doing. And a little bit of Chihuahua. Now I'm going to put some money into the Osmo Atom pool. So what I want to do is I want to go to trade. I've got 23 Osmo. Now I need to keep half of it. Most of the pools are 50-50, except for Ion and Netta, which are 80% Ion or 80% Netta with Osmo as the other pair. But Atom Osmo is 50-50, 50% in dollar value. So I'm just going to do 5 Osmo. And it auto-calculates. So 5 Osmo is equal to 1.711887 Atom. Click on swap. Approve the transaction. It's now been sent on the blockchain. It's irreversible, and it's now successful. So if I go to assets, you will see the amount of Osmo that I have is reduced. It's 18.69. And here's the Atom that I have, 1.70. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pools here, select Atom Osmo, and there's my liquidity of 5,157. Click on Add Remove Liquidity, max. So all the Atom that I have on the Osmo Dex and it auto-calculates what's equal value. And here I can see it says 50% of Atom, 50% Osmo. Add liquidity, approve the transaction, and just notice low and average times has 0 fees. I don't know of any other DEX that has 0 fees. If I want to do it really, really fast, I can pay 5 cents. But that's really if I'm going to be doing trading or something, right? Which is not the case here. So I click on approve, because this is pretty quick as it is. The transaction has gone to the blockchain and the transaction is filled. Crypto Assassin has told me one of the reasons why transactions fail is because of the time that I'm doing it. Right now, everybody is claiming their rewards and putting them in pools. So all there is to do is do that again. Add remove liquidity. And now there's also another way of doing this, which I'll show you in a moment. Approve. Transaction broadcasting. Come on. We want it to go through now. Come on. It failed. Okay. There's another way around, which sometimes works, is I'm just going to do 1 Atom, and it's just going to calculate the amount of Osmo that it needs for that. And then I can come back and do the rest. That's gone through. Yay! Now you can see here, available LP tokens, 57.6. Now I'm going to start earning. Click on that. I can choose 1 day or 7 days or 14 days. Now, the 14 days has this beautiful pink hue around it because of superfluid staking. Anyway, I'll come to that in a second. Click on max. Here we go. These are the LP tokens, which is a way of converting and calculating how much Osmo and Atom are in a particular pool. Click on bond. Approve this transaction, again for a 0 fee. And you'll watch this figure change, 5214. Refresh the page. It has changed. It's gone down. The value of it must have gone down. Okay. Now, there is one other thing I want to show you, which is another shortcut if you want to add money to a pool. And also, I'm going to show you how you can take your money out of a pool. So let's go to pools. Now, you know, I showed you earlier, I've got some stars, right? So I want to add some of that to stars, to the Atom Stars pool. So I click on Atom Stars pool. And if I scroll down, what is it I want to add to? Here we go. Add remove liquidity. I can do single asset. Now, it allows me to do Atom, but I want to add stars liquidity. So I click on that, click on max. Now, the price impact is the amount of slippage. I like the variation when trades happen in this pool, but it's tiny. It's really, really tiny. If it's too high, I think this would go red and I wouldn't do it. Now I click on add liquidity, approve the transaction. And yep, it's gone through. There's $132 to start earning. I'm going to do the Atom as well, because what I love about this DEX is that it makes it so easy. It is so easy and smooth. And if you've ever used any other DEX and you found an easier, smoother DEX, let me know, because I haven't. So add liquidity, approve the transaction. This number will change the available LP tokens. Start earning, 152. I wanted to go in for 14 days because that gives the highest return. Click on max, then bond. Now, I can do this way. Let me change that. I can do 3 here for a day and then click on max. So I've got 3.88. I've got a portion of this bonded for a day. I can do another portion, let's say 5 for 7 days, and then the remainder for 14 days. As it is, I'm going to do the whole lot for 14 days because patience pays in the crypto space. Click on approve. This will disappear. This is my liquidity, 21,241, and I'll get the rewards after 5:30 p.m. the following day. Now I'm going to show you how to remove liquidity from a pool by actually removing a little bit of liquidity, not a lot, just a little. So I'm going to remove a little from Atom and Osmo. What I would do, I'd click on unbond all, approve the transaction, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to unbond all. So I'm going to reject that. Then what happens is after the bonding period, so in this instance, 14 days, because I haven't got any for a day or 7 days, it shows up here, LP tokens. And it also gives a countdown of how long I've got left to unbond. Then what I would do, I would go to, after 14 days, go to add or remove liquidity. Click on here, remove liquidity. If I want to remove, whichever amount, percentage amount, 100%, click on remove liquidity. It won't let me because there isn't any. And then the LP tokens get automatically converted to the tokens that I had in this pool, which would be Atom and Osmo, and they would show up in my assets page straight away. Okay, any questions about this? Crypto Liz.
I'd like to go back to the simple way you demonstrated of adding liquidity. When you get to do the single asset add, are you literally adding just Osmo or just Atom to pool 1? Or are you just, or is the Osmo Dex automatically calculating the equivalent amount of whichever other coin you haven't specified?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah. The Osmo Dex does the conversion automatically.
Got it. Thank you.
It makes it so easy. I don't know if any other DEX does that. Here is my SUPERFLUID validator. I've chosen Chihuahua, and I've got 132.1 Osmo getting SUPERFLUID returns. And then I've got a total of 264 Osmo in this pool. So half of that is getting additional rewards. Now, just a quick mention that I've already got SUPERFLUID staking going, but the first time you do this, you're going to have to select a validator. And I've chosen the Chihuahua validator, but you can choose whichever one. I don't recommend you choose a validator that is from an exchange like Binance or Kraken or Coinbase. Use one of the other validators. So what is SUPERFLUID staking? So ordinarily what happens with any other DEX, and actually with Osmo Dex, with any other asset apart from Atom or Osmo, is I can either stake my tokens through my Kepler wallet, or I can put them in a liquidity pool. So I can either get the staking rewards or I can get the liquidity pool rewards. Osmo have done something magical, that they are creating a way where I can stake my tokens, which needs to be done in order to keep the blockchain updated, but I can also get the rewards from farming, from liquidity pool mining. And how that works currently, and they're developing and expanding it to the other tokens, is in the Atom Osmo pool. If I put any tokens there, as well as the rewards from liquidity pool mining, I'm going to get staking rewards for half the Osmo that I have in that pool. Now, the amount of Osmo that are going to get the staking rewards, as well as the LP rewards, the liquidity pool rewards, is going to increase. But currently it's half. So let's say I've got 100 Atom in the pool, and I've got 100 Osmo in the pool. I will get farming rewards, liquidity pool rewards, LP rewards on all of them. But in addition, for half the Osmo that I have, I will also get staking rewards. So I will get 50 of those Osmo will get an additional in terms of the staking rewards. And how that works out currently, you can see here, like I said earlier, I've got 264 Osmo in that pool. And on 132.1 Osmo, I'm getting an additional 82% APR. That's how SUPERFLUID works. They're trying it out on this pool first because it is the largest, most stable pool. Eventually, they'll come to a point where they'll add it to other pools, and it will be available on all the Osmo, which means even more rewards. All right, so we've covered SUPERFLUID staking. We've covered how to get your how to put it in a pool, how to take it out of a pool, impermanence loss, and the risk of pools. Then the other thing, the other way where you can make a lot of money over time is with airdrops. How do you know which airdrops are coming and how to claim those airdrops? So how to claim those airdrops is a complete mishmash. Wawa did an airdrop a few days ago, and the Wawa just turned up in my wallet. This was for holders of AKT, a cash network. Just turned up in my wallet. Other airdrops, oh my God, I've had to fight and argue and do this with this application and this website and stake a little, and then I get a little, and then I have to vote on a proposal and I get a little bit more, and then I have to do something else and I get a little bit more, and then I have to wait and then I get a bit more. And whoever decides is the project itself. So some projects like Chihuahua, like Bitsong, they made their, like Sommelier. Sommelier, I found out I had the airdrop because it just turned up in my Osmo Dex. Their airdrop was really, really easy. Other ones, not so easy. And it's up to the projects to decide. There's no one simple formula. Each project creates their own way of doing it. But how to find out where the airdrops are coming from and which airdrops are going to be given to which project, how to qualify for the airdrops. So I'm going to show you the resources that I use. And one of the things that I recommend you all do is you get yourself a Telegram account. Telegram is like WhatsApp. It has more privacy features. So you don't have to disclose your phone number or your real name. And I don't recommend you use your real name. And what you have to watch out for Telegram is for scammers. You know, people, I've met 3 other crypto riches on Telegram, all of them pretending to be YouTubers, and none of them were YouTubers. And they'll, you know, some fraudulent crypto rich will come up to you and say, hey, listen, I've got a great project. Send me some crypto and I'll invest in it for you. No, don't do that. You'll get fake admins who will message you privately and say, look, are you having any difficulties? I can help you out. And somehow they'll try and extract your private keys from you. No decent admin will send you a message privately first. And if you're not sure, go ask in the main group. So how do I find out about airdrops? Let me share with you the resources that I use, and then Crypto Assassin can let us know of any other resources. So first, there's my Crypto Rich Twitter account. I don't really talk about airdrops here. I do in my official Telegram announcements channel, but please subscribe to me on Twitter anyway, Crypto Rich YT. There's this Twitter group, which is Cosmos Airdrops, and I check in with them usually every day because they post stuff about the airdrops that are coming. JUNO is going to have lots and lots of airdrops coming. And here's a list of some of the airdrops that have happened or are about to happen on JUNO. So there's Rack, there's Marble. I got Rack and I got Marble. Aqua. Okay, they haven't taken their snapshot yet. What I mean by a snapshot is the time whenever each project takes a photograph of the tokens in a particular wallet to decide who qualifies for that airdrop. So they haven't taken the snapshot yet. The snapshot for Marble was on February the 18th. The snapshot for Rack was on February the 8th. So if you didn't have a minimum of 10 JUNO staked on February the 8th, then you ain't going to qualify for this airdrop. Handsome token, you only needed 5 JUNO tokens for Handsome. Handsome is a meme project. There's nothing to it other than mustaches. That's what it's about. This one, Fortisoconima, 5 JUNO staked on December the 15th with the snapshot. I didn't know about this one. I will qualify for this one. And the claim date is March the 25th. And then Netta, the snapshot was on December the 15th and the claim has ended. So some of the airdrops, in fact, most of them have a limited time in which you can stake, in which you can claim them. If you don't claim them, depending upon the project, they do different things with those airdrops. So Osmo took the unclaimed Osmo tokens and put them in the community pool. Netta burned the unclaimed tokens. So this is one particular resource that I use. Another resource that I use is Crypto Rich Official. This is my Telegram channel. I do post stuff here about airdrops. I also post stuff about the videos that I do and occasionally a little bit about Bitcoin. There is this spreadsheet, which I shall link to in the description below, which has a lot of up-to-date information. It's the best one that I've found. And here you can see, for example, Aqua, a revolutionary DAO dedicated to ending the world water crisis, snapshot to be announced, claim date to be announced, and who's going to qualify will be Atom and JUNO stakers. Then there's this one, CosmoOrganizer.com. I shall link to this in the description below. And this one's not so up-to-date. It doesn't have so many. So these are all community projects, and perhaps the people behind it haven't kept it up-to-date for whatever reason. Upcoming snapshots, it's got no information here. Then this one is cosmospug.com. Great name. It's got the Evmos airdrop. They're having all sorts of difficulties with the Evmos airdrop. You can claim it through Kepler, and I did a video about how to claim it through Kepler. The challenge they're having is how do you airdrop a Cosmos asset to Ethereum token holders? So going from something that uses the Kepler wallet to something that uses the MetaMask wallet, and also to do it through Ledger, a hardware wallet. And I will be doing a video about how you can use the Ledger hardware wallet to transact through your Kepler wallet. It's even more secure than doing it just through the browser-based wallet, because as the amounts that you hold in your Kepler wallet increase, you really want to use a Ledger wallet as well. But here are some other ones. CoinDex, snapshot 22nd of March. So you've got time. Let's have a look at that one to qualify for that one. If I click on that, it tells me what do you need. All eligible JUNO addresses will get the same amount. So this is a fair drop, and you need to have a minimum of 10 JUNO. Now, a fair drop is different from an airdrop. Osmo did an airdrop where for 1 atom, you got 1 Osmo. So if you had 20 atom, you got 20 Osmo. If you had 2,000 atom, you got 2,000 Osmo. That's an airdrop, 1 for 1 as they worked it out. A fair drop is like this one. It doesn't matter how many JUNO you have, as long as you have a minimum of 10, you'll get the same amount of coin. All right, the other group that's really, really useful is the Cosmos airdrop chat. And I'll have the link to that in the description below. This is a Telegram group. So let me go to the chat. And what they have here is the latest pin message number 17. And that'll give you the most up-to-date information. But also you can ask here, because they also have an airdrop list. If I click on that again, it takes me to the previous pinned message, which is about the Marble one. If I click on that again, it takes me to message number 15 about the Litecoin airdrop. And then this bot tells me who the drop list is. I click on that and it takes me to the pinned message. Click on the airdrop sheet, which is the spreadsheet that I showed you earlier, but it's being kept up to date by this Telegram group. Now, which projects are going to get the most airdrops? So I'm going to tell you what I think, and then I'm going to ask Crypto Assassin which ones he reckons. So these are the ones that I think are the most likely to give you the most airdrops. Osmo, so have at least 25 Osmo staked, because that should qualify you for most airdrops. Atom, have at least 25 Atom. JUNO, have at least 25 JUNO. Secret Swap, have at least 25 Secret. So not Secret, Secret. And I'll show you the Secret Swap desks. And also personally Shade. So Osmo, Atom, JUNO, Secret, I think also Shade, and Evmos. Once that's out, that's not, at the time of recording this video, it's not available to trade. I've managed to claim 75% of my Evmos, and I did a video about how you can do that. But if you've been holding Ethereum for a while, you will qualify for EVMOS tokens. So I've had ETH for a while, so I'm looking forward to getting my EVMOS airdrop for holding ETH. Now, Secret Swap or Secret Token. Secret Token is tradable on the Osmo Dex, but it is another DEX in itself, which uses their particular privacy-focused technology to obfuscate, hide the transactions. They wrap them, and you can change them, and basically you get to do private DeFi, decentralized finance. Osmo Dex is a decentralized finance application, but everybody can see the transactions. Okay, any questions about this? Or if only to say, yeah, Crypto Rich, that's just amazing. I'm going to subscribe to your channel and comment and like and fill my pockets with crypto profits. Yes, Crypto Z.
So approximately how long does the process of doing each one take approximately? I know they all do different things. I understand that they all need you to do different things to give you what they give you, but approximately how much of a time?
You mean to claim the airdrops?
Yeah, to do it.
From my own experience, in the case of Bitsong and Wawa and Sommelier, it was instant. In the case of some of the other projects, I think like Desmos and it took me days, but that also included the period I spent pulling my hair out trying to understand the process.
But when you say the instant ones, it was really clear and obvious what there was to do.
Yeah.
And it was instant.
Instant.
Once you looked up your chart and clicked on the link.
No, with Sommelier, for example, it just showed up in my assets. I didn't have to do anything. With the Wawa airdrop the other day, it just showed up in my assets. It was that easy. Those are the really great airdrops. Other ones, it can vary. EVMOS took a few minutes, took maybe 5-10 minutes of actually doing it, but I had to understand the process firsthand.
Right.
But for and for Desmos, I went to the Telegram groups for each of those projects because I couldn't get my head around it. And in fact, with Desmos, I waited until they actually, because a lot of people complained about how difficult it was, and then they actually made it easier. And it still wasn't that easy. So it's just, it all varies.
Okay.
One of the problems, I think it was with the Desmos airdrop, was they were asking people to put the seed phrase in. Now, the Desmos airdrop was a legitimate airdrop, but many people were reluctant, quite rightly, to put their seed phrase into another website. Don't ever do that. There's going to be, as this ecosystem gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, there's going to be even more and more and more scams. Like, come and put your seed phrase in this website, and then you're going to get an airdrop. You put your seed phrase in, and your crypto's gone. Don't ever do that. You want to make sure you're going to the right website, and one way to do that is to check with the project's Telegram group, and I'll show you how you can do that with each site. Let me show you that now. So somebody give me a project on the Osmos Dex that isn't Cosmos, that isn't Secret, and that isn't Osmo.
Okay, JUNO, there you go.
Okay, so because JUNO Swap have their own website. JUNO, they have their own. Sorry, JUNO Swap, they have their own DEX. So I got marble on junoswap.com. So here's junoswap.com. And can you see here? This is the icon for Telegram. This is the icon for Discord. This is Twitter. And this is Reddit. Now I want to check. The certificate is correct. It's valid. I've got my NordVPN on. So if I click on that, this will take me to the JUNO Swap Telegram group. So that's one way to check. And then I can ask in the Telegram group for the proper link. But what might happen then is I'll get a private message from some fake admin. In which case you should report them so they get reported and deleted as scammers. There's also the Twitter link. So I can click on that, and that takes me to the official Twitter link, and I can send a message there or post a message or see their links there. So that's one way to find out whether the projects are legitimate. But some of them, given that we're going to be talking about millions of dollars worth of crypto that can be stolen, those can still be illegitimate. The Twitter links and stuff, or they can create a fake Twitter account for an airdrop that isn't really going to happen. Do not give away your seed phrase. Don't connect your Kepler wallet to any old random website. If you're not sure, don't do it. All right. Crypto D, you had a question.
Yeah, I was wondering if you can get airdrops for having tokens in liquidity pools as well as from staking them.
Good question. You can. Sometimes you can. And again, it depends upon the projects. Some projects give rewards for liquidity pools as well as staking. Some projects give rewards for staking to particular validators only. It's entirely up to the particular project. Okay. Anything else for anybody? All right. Now, do you think that you have got what you need to be able to do some farming?
Yes.
Any issues that I've had, any questions that I've had, I go to the Telegram group. Okay. Now, there are more and more exciting things to come. So you know how to stake and you get really high returns with staking some of the Osmo assets. Then you know about farming and you get really high returns with that. And then those high returns are increased through SUPERFLUID staking. 50% of the Osmo that you put in the Atom Osmo pool, you get the pool rewards plus you get the staking rewards. That 50% is going to increase to 100% of the Atom of the Osmo that you have in the Atom Osmo pool. They're going to roll out SUPERFLUID staking to the other pools as well. So you'll be getting pool rewards and you'll be getting staking rewards. But then there's something else. They're bringing in liquid staking. Now, liquid staking is you've got your assets staked in your Kepler wallet. You'll also be able to get pool rewards. So you get staking rewards and pool rewards. So it'll be coming in at the other end. Then there's interchain staking. Interchain staking is ridiculous. So if I stake to a particular validator, let's say the Crypto Assassin validator, and I'm staking my Osmo to that validator or my Wawa to that validator, I'll be getting rewards in Wawa for staking my Wawa to Crypto Assassin validator. But I'll also be getting rewards in some of the tokens, some of the other tokens that use Crypto Assassin validator. So Crypto Assassin validator will be validating for Evmos stakers. So get this, for staking my Wawa and using the Crypto Assassin validator, I'll get Wawa rewards, plus I'll get Evmos rewards, plus I'll get some other rewards of any other coin or token that's using that validator. Some of what is happening with Osmo, I don't fully understand. And there is way, 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 way more coming. Do not invest any more than you can afford to lose. But I promise you, because I've done this and I know other people who've done this, you start with a little amount and you compound and you compound and you compound and you compound, and you can seriously fill your pockets with some serious crypto profits. Thank you, everybody, for asking the questions, for participating in this, for taking this on. Long may it make a difference to you. Please subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. And also, please, I'm being shadow banned on both my YouTube channels. Yay! Let's hear it for YouTube. They are hiding me on the search engines. So please come and follow me on Odyssey. I post my videos there first, and I'll have that link in the description below. And then all right, thank you. All the best. Bye-bye.